Hey, I'm back. Sorry, you guys. Welcome back to a brand new episode of Takeaway Tip Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, January 23rd. I am your host, Ramona Remisat. I am an intuitive guidance coach, angel therapy practitioner, speaker, and author, and really excited for today's episode because today I may be ruffling some feathers. So I'm gonna give you right up front a disclaimer. Please keep an open mind, and as always, I get to plead the angels made me do this. Okay, so don't get on my case. Don't believe me? Here's the proof. This is like pages of the divine download that I got all about today's topic. So I do have some notes. Forgive me if I glance down, but that's because I don't want to miss any of this awesome stuff that came through to share with you today. And yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing. So today's episode, like I said, may be a little bit, what I would say, maybe controversial, but really it's my hope that it's going to get you thinking in a new way, giving you a fresh new take or a fresh new perspective on something in particular. Now, before I get into today's topic, just a quick housekeeping item. I just want to let you know that there's still an opportunity to squeak in by the skin of your teeth to get the early bird registration for my retreat, Connect to the Power Within. Please go to connecttothepowerwithin.com to get all the information. If it's speaking to you at all, then definitely you want to register right away before 1 o'clock today Mountain Time, which is 3 o'clock Eastern Time, and that will give you the discount rate and will also give you a complimentary 2018 forecast reading. So if it speaks to you, I don't want you to spend more money than you have to, and I would love to be able to give you that reading as well, no charge. So go to connecttothepowerwithin.com, get all the information and see if it's talking to you. Okay, so that's the housekeeping out of the way. Hi Sherry, I'm glad you came back. Sorry for that little hiccup. Let me know who else is on. Feel free to share. Don't be shy. We're all friends here. So right off the bat, I want to ask you if you've ever heard of the term phone call. There we go. So if you've heard of the term limiting belief, I just want you to type yes in the comment box. So you can just swipe over to the side and you'll see the little comment box. You should be able to type in there if you've heard the term limiting belief. Now, if you've maybe considered, maybe I have a limiting belief, or maybe you're thinking, yeah, I probably have a limiting belief when it comes to, I don't know, something like money, something like deservingness, feeling worthy, those kinds of things. If you've already had an inkling that maybe you have some limiting beliefs, go ahead and type yes. Again, this is a safe space. We have no judgment here. Go ahead and type that in on the comments. And then if you've actually done some deeper work on that, maybe you've done some work on your own, maybe you've hired a mindset coach, something of that nature, to really dig this down and to work on it yourself, go ahead and type yes again and let me know if that's something that you've maybe done some work on. And because really this whole idea of limiting beliefs and mindset is huge right now. In fact, it's kind of almost buzzwordy, mindset. It's like out there everywhere. And I want to just really give you a fresh new take on it and trying to, like I said, challenge your thinking around this a little bit so that you can see that maybe your perceived limitations are not your freaking mindset. Okay, so that's what I want to talk about today. And like I said, this likely isn't going to make me popular, and that's okay. I feel like it needs to be said. So I want you to just keep an open mind and remember where this is coming from. It's coming from a place of love. And I want to really first state, too, make this disclaimer that limiting beliefs and mindset stuff are real. They are a thing, okay? I'm not telling you it's BS. It's definitely a thing. But I want to share a scenario with you to kind of give you this enlightened view of mindset and what's at play, okay? So for an example, perhaps somebody is an entrepreneur, right? They have their own business, but maybe they need some help in a certain area, some extra support. So they might hire a business coach, right? Maybe that coach is helping them with their sales or with their marketing strategy or, you know, teaching them how to grow a business online or whatever it might be, right? So they're getting all of the information and the to-dos and the steps and all of that from their coach, but yet this person is just not executing, right? They know what to do, but they're just not doing it, right? So that's really frustrating. So then, you know, they get into this frustration and think, well, geez, why am I, like, I know what to do. What is my problem? Why am I not doing it, right? And then that's when they may start to think like, wow, well, maybe I have these subconscious limiting beliefs that are blocking me from moving forward. You know, there's something like that that's holding me back. So then they dive deeper into that, right? They take a deeper look. Again, maybe they hire a mindset coach who specializes in that type of work, and they help their client to really dig into the root of what's causing that block for them. Because if you don't deal with the root, it's like a dandelion, right? If you don't dig up the root, it just keeps coming up again and again and again. You know, you can't just keep, you know, addressing the symptoms. You have to address the root. Again, totally valid, absolutely valid, okay? But then there are these people that are working with their mindset coach and they're still not executing, right? They're still not executing. And so then they start to think, all right, well, maybe I'm not cut out for this. You know, maybe I'm not meant to do this work, whatever that might be. And they become very deflated, right? And then they'll often quit. They'll quit completely, and they quit for really no reason, because there's something usually that was at play here that wasn't even on their radar. They didn't even consider it. So does anyone want to guess what that might be? Anybody, Sherry? Anyone want to guess? I'm going to share it with you. It's because they were out of alignment with what their own inner guidance was sharing with them, right? They're getting lots of outside help, right? Their coaches telling them what to do. Maybe they have other mentors, their business girlfriends they're probably talking to, and everybody's saying, you know, this is how you do it, or whatever it is. And, you know, maybe there's something there, though, that isn't in alignment with them, right? So they didn't think to connect in with their inner guidance to see what messages were waiting there for them. And I've seen this over and over and over again. And lots of coaches are offering a system or a formula, right, for how to do things, but there's no one size fits all, right? We've learned that. We know. Ladies, you know that. When you go shopping, it says one size fits all. You're like, hell no. Especially with my long legs. I'm sorry, but those nylons are not going to cut it, right? That's why I don't wear dresses. So if something doesn't feel right or sit right, then it doesn't matter how much coaching you have. You're going to run in the opposite direction. You need to take the time to dig down deeper into that and see where that disconnect is happening, right? Does that make sense? So let me know, Sherry, if this is making some sense. I want to give you another example, because that was kind of like a business example, and I just want to give you kind of a different example. So this one is, you know, something a lot of people are focused on right now. It's the new year. They're focused on their health, their well-being. They might want to lose weight, something of that nature. So maybe they're watching all kinds of webinars, you know, there's all kinds of stuff on the internet. They're reading health magazines. Maybe they're working out with a trainer, going to the gym, right? And they're getting all these different sources of information telling them, don't eat this, do this workout, don't do that kind of workout, cut out this, don't have that. Other ones say, do have that, but don't have this, and do it in this combination. It's like, right? We're all discombobulated. It's like, holy mackerel, my head is spinning around. What do we do? Again, there's no one size fits all, right? There's no one size fits all. So what does your body say? Did you ask? Did you take the time to ask what it wants, right? Nobody thinks to do that. But our body is the most accurate divination tool we have. It always, always knows what you need. And again, it kind of goes back to that not listening to this, but running externally for all the answers, right? So chances are we're not asking and we're not listening to our inner guidance. So that's what is causing so much chaos for us, right? And like I said, whether you have a business, you don't have a business, it's in life, whatever it might be. It could be in your career, it could be in your health, it could be in your relationships. It carries through across all different parts of your life. And if you constantly run outside of yourself for answers, you're just setting yourself up for more confusion, frustration, and overwhelm. And that's what I'm seeing. So many women are in this boat right now. They're like, I don't know what to do, right? So we need to connect back in, like I said, to the inner guidance, ask ourselves what we want, what we need, and go from there. Now, yes, we can't know everything about everything. I get that. So it's okay to get information from outside sources, but then you have to know what to do with that information. I'm not saying to just blindly trust it. Like I did when I was a kid, I'd be like, somebody would tell me that, I'd be like, okay, right? You have to consider where it's coming from. Does that sit right with me? Does that resonate with me? And if it doesn't, then you're not gonna, if you follow that through, even if you do take the action on it, chances are it's not gonna work out the way you wanted it to, because you're out of that alignment, right, with your inner guidance. So I just want to check my notes if there was something else I was supposed to say about this, but that's kind of the crux of it all. So mindset is a little bit misleading. So many people are thinking, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing because it's my mindset, but it could be more than your mindset at play here. It is a thing, so it does, it is worth the effort to definitely dig into those different areas. Like I said, we all have money stories. We all have issues around deservingness. A lot of people have issues around being worthy. Those are a lot of key limiting beliefs that we do have. So, it makes sense to do your homework around that, do some healing around that. But if you've done some of that and you're still feeling like, what the heck is going on here? I'm just not getting anywhere. Then maybe it's because there's something deeper at play, like I said, and it's that you're out of that alignment with what your inner guidance is telling you, right? It's like that disconnect. Somebody's telling you do this, but deep down in your soul gut feeling, that's like, then you're not going to do it. You're not going to execute on that. You're not going to move forward in that area. So it's about checking in with that first and foremost before taking everything else at face value, right? Always checking in with what your inner guidance is telling you, because it's not going to lead you in the wrong direction. It just doesn't. Sometimes knowing and doing are two different things. When it got cut off, Sherry, what came after that? I get it. Yeah, we often have an inkling, a knowingness around something, but then actually acting on that is something totally different. And that's the big one, right? That is actually where a lot of people get in their own way, because they'll be like, I'm getting guidance. I know that's guidance, but I'm not trusting it enough to take any action on it. So that's the key. And that's actually one of the things we're going to be working hard on at my retreat, because I know that that's a problem for people, right? They sometimes don't even know how to access their inner guidance. They get guidance, but they have no clue how to decipher it. They're like, I don't know what the hell that means. We're going to work on that. And then we're going to work on how do you trust it to actually take those action steps to bring it all full circle, right? And so when you're trying to do right by everyone else around you, so knowing what to do, and you're saying then you're trying to reconcile that with everybody else. Well, yeah, we're always considering other people's feelings, other people's stuff, but you still will often, if you take that as your kind of guiding factor, you may move in that direction and then find you end up having to kind of go all in a big circle that's going to just take you back to where you were again. So it's like, if I would have just done it the right way at the first time, I would have had to make that detour, right? And let me give you an example of what that would be, because I think we learn better by examples. So for my own self, I actually moved into coaching women on mindset, believe it or not. When I started my practice, I was spiritual life coach, helping women with lots of different things, but it was scrambled, right? I was kind of trying to be a jack of all trades, and it really was confusing people. They were like, well, what do you do? And I'd be like, how do I explain what I do? Because I can do a lot of different things, right? And I noticed that people were getting caught up on their mindset. And I'm like, I can help people with that. So I kind of moved into that, and I was really kind of coaching women on mindset. But then it just wasn't in alignment, right? I just had this inner sense of it, but I kept pushing and trying to make things happen. And no, it was like, no. So after about a year of that, it became very clear to me that I needed to course correct myself. And so that took another whole year of getting the clarity around what that direction that I was really supposed to move into, which again, now I know is to help women access, decipher, and trust their inner guidance. That's clear to me. I'm like, yes. But that took a full 12 months again to get that clarity of what it is that I was supposed to narrow in on and how I was supposed to serve others. And so that was like 2 years of kind of wasted time. I had to go, come all the way back around again, right? So that's what I'm saying. You know, if we do it from the get-go and trust that guidance enough to move in that direction, we can save ourselves a lot of time and a lot of energy. Another analogy for this is, I always use this one because it's so perfect. You know, if you want to go to California, right? You don't just whip a suitcase in the back of your car and start driving. You know, you may get there, but isn't it going to take you a lot longer, cost you a lot more money? You know, it's going to be like way more work to do that versus you have your plan, you know what you're doing, you have a map, and away you go, right? So that's kind of what our inner GPS is. It's our map. If we would just listen to that and trust it and follow it, then we wouldn't get into trouble. And we wouldn't get on these crazy detours. And that's kind of what it is. You know, our head kicks in, tells us all these things. And like I said, we have all these other people's influences telling us stuff. You know, like I said, in that business coach analogy, we've got our coach telling us something. Maybe there's other mentors that we have. There's other people that we follow, you know, who may be a little further ahead in their business. So we're watching what they're doing and how they're doing it. And we talk to our business girlfriends and they're saying, oh, I, you know, do it like this and this works best for me and whatever. And it's just like, right? And the same thing, like I said, whether it's health or anything, you know, you could pick up 3 different health magazines. So I'll have 3 different articles that tell you 3 different diets to do. Certain foods, you know, one will say eat this food, another one will say don't eat that food. It's like ridiculous right now, right? So like I said, did you ask your own body what it wanted? Maybe we can start there, right? So we need to rein it back in and start listening. And start like paying attention. That's why my retreat is called Connect to the Power Within, because it's right here. We don't have to keep running outside of ourselves for answers, right? It's in our own selves. So yes, mindset is a thing, but it's not the only thing. That's what I want to say about that, right? So check in. Is there something else going on here? Is it maybe my own disconnect that's going on at a deeper level? And go from there. So I'm not dissing mindset, but it is kind of annoying to me because it is so much of a buzzword right now, and I think people aren't really looking at this perspective of it, right? So that's what I kind of wanted to challenge people's thinking around that a little bit. Don't take everything like, oh, I'm totally not doing this because of my limiting beliefs. You know, maybe that's true, but maybe there's more at play. So just dig a little bit deeper. Oh, thank you for the hearts. I'm glad this is resonating, because it's something I just kind of had to say. Like I said, 2 pages of a download here that needed to be said. So I hope I've covered off everything, everything that I wanted to say, that they wanted me to say, and, you know, that it'll be clear to you guys. So there you go. Hopefully I didn't ruffle too many feathers, but like I said, I feel like it needed to be said, and it just gives you a new perspective. New perspectives are good. We can't just keep looking at things the same way all the time. We need to have that fresh kind of insight to things. So I'm going to leave you with that. If you found this helpful, please share it out. Please let other people know, because like I said, too many people are focusing on it just being in their mindset, but maybe they need to explore a little further as to what's holding them back, because we don't want, you know, like I gave in that example, we don't want people to quit. You know, maybe what they're here to do is totally awesome, and there's so many people out there who need them, and yet they're thinking, okay, I couldn't do it with my business coach. I couldn't do it with my mindset coach, so that must mean the universe is telling me that I'm not cut out for this. But that's not the case at all. Right? So we don't want that to happen. There's more at play here. We need to open this perspective up to let other people see. All right. So like I said, if that helped, share it, let other people know, and do go check out connecttothepowerwithin.com. You have a couple more hours to get in there at the early bird registration rate and to get a free 2018 forecast reading. So check that out. See if it's right for you. And if it is, I would love, love, love to have you there. We're a third full, getting on a half full, so it's filling in, which is awesome. So have a fantastic day, everybody. And I hope that we'll see you here tomorrow morning for the Daily Angel Guidance Message. And of course, next Tuesday again for a brand new episode of Takeaway Tip Tuesday. Have a great day, everybody.